Hi guys, today I want to talk about working less and making more. The first time I got paid $1,000 for 2 hours of work, it completely blew my mind. And this was about 3 years ago. And then about a year later on my vision board, I put working less and making more as my tagline for the year. And so over the course of that next year, I learned a lot of lessons and insights on how I could work less and make more. And so I'm excited to talk to you guys today about what I've learned about working less and making more over the last few years and how you can do the same. The first thing is you have to understand that you cannot continue trading your time for money. There are only so many hours in a day. So therefore that would limit the amount of money that you can make. And you cannot work 24 hours straight. I mean, maybe some people can, or I guess if you really had to, but it's not healthy and it's not the most easiest, effective, smart way to make more money is by trading more time. The ideal is to get away from a system where you have to trade your time for money. And if you have a 9 to 5, it's completely understandable. Obviously, that doesn't mean just quit your job and I don't know, vibe out, but it just means in your head, you should start thinking about how that the way to get more money and build more wealth is not going to be just working more hours. You have to get smarter. Can't work harder, you got to work smarter if you want to make more money in less time. Because a lot of us grew up with the belief, oh, just work harder, spend more time on it, and it automatically means more money. But time is a limited resource. It's not something that we just have a ton of. So we've got to think about some of the other faculties that we have more of or that are unlimited so that we can get more money. So if you already have a business or a product or something that you offer, the first thing that I would say is to start adding more value to whatever that you're providing. Maybe it's leveling up the marketing, maybe it's leveling up the packaging, video quality, giving them a better client experience. Maybe it's, adding in some more freebies or resources, making things more polished. You're just trying to find more ways to add more value. So if you think about a Motel 6 and you think about a four-season hotel, they are very different experiences, very different prices. And you know why, you know the value of a five-star hotel. You know the things that you're getting that you might not get at the Motel 6 if you're just paying $50. So start thinking about how you can always give that luxurious or more elevated experience in your business in whatever way. And it helps if you're already a luxurious girl. And if you're watching my channel, you probably are, okay? I like nice things. And so everything in my business is always nice and elevated from jump. So now I have no problem charging the rates that I charge because I know the value that I give. I know the care that my clients are going to get. I know how, I'm willing to go out of the way to make things happen for them because they matter to me and they feel that and they're willing to pay a little extra for that. I would also say if you can specialize in your zone of genius. So if there's one thing that you really specialize in, it may seem a little niche or not a lot of people will be looking for specifically that, but you could charge a little bit more for whatever you're offering because you are offering something very special and particular and unique to whoever is looking for the solution to that. Which leads into the next step, which is understanding your unique value. You have to know the unique value that you are providing to your customers or your clients. And it really helps when you're operating from your zone of genius because then the work doesn't feel like work. It just feels like doing things that you love. And so your zone of genius, I always like to say, think about your skills, your passions, and then like your knowledge or your training experiences, and then what you value. And all of that together, you can do the little square. They also call that ikigai, and you can find where your zone of genius is. And I would say if you can stay in those circles the best you can really find your lane and get very specific and very niche, just like a heart specialist or an eye specialist or whatever. They're able to charge more expensive rates because they specialize in something very unique and they have spent a lot of time developing that skill. And then when you know your unique value in your zone of genius, you can then start finding ways to increase the value of the work that you do in your zone of genius. First of all, write out and recognize how you're already providing value. So this should be all the reasons why you already charge the price you charge. Even if the price you charge is extremely low, write out why you're charging that price. And if the only thing you're saying is because $30 per hour equals, like if you're tying it to your hours, that's not good enough. You have to get deeper into how you are providing value to your clients. It can't just be, oh, my time is worth $40 an hour and it took 3 hours. That's not good enough. We need to know the value. People care more about the feelings and what they're getting out of it, the transformation, than they do about the price. It's not really that much about the price. And if you're on this channel, then you probably are looking for the clients that don't actually care about price at all. But in order to attract the clients that don't really care about the price at all, you still have to know your value and you still have to be giving value in your work to them. But it starts with you knowing already what you're doing well and why you're already selling what you're selling or giving um, and what you're giving to your clients. Think about how you can elevate each part of the business. Every single part of your business, how could you elevate it? I know for me, when I was first starting to create content, I had a very nice media kit, and after each brand deal, I would always send a like a recap document. And whenever I would send them pitches, I would send very nice pitches, even if they didn't even ask for it. So it's finding little ways like that to add more value to what you're giving your clients. And then this point is really important. You've got to level up your skills and your knowledge. You should be reading a new book or taking a workshop or taking a class every quarter. One of those three. So, class, course, workshop, or a book every quarter. Investing in yourself is going to be the best ROI in your business and in life because that's the investment that is always going to pay off. You don't have to worry about if you're going to get your money back. You're always going to get your money back on whatever you invest in yourself because it compounds. All the knowledge, the courses, the books that you read, whatever, it always is going to compound. And even if you buy a course or you buy a book and it didn't give you exactly what you thought you were going to get, there's still always something to take away from it if you pay attention. And maybe it's, I should read a little more before I buy this kind of course, or I don't like this author, whatever. But like, there's always something you can take away from every experience that you have. And if you're not at that point yet in life, then I would say start paying attention because there's something I can take away from literally everything that I experience. There's always a lesson. You can also talk to past clients or customers and ask them what they enjoyed. What did they like? What else would they be looking for if they were going to pay a little more next time? Or like, what would they be looking to have added on if they were going to purchase from you again? So client feedback is a great way to see how you could take things to the next level because they might be thinking of things that you're not even thinking of anymore. And then also, how can you make your income less time dependent? So especially if you're a service based business, this can be a little hard, but how can you automate more things in your business? How can you add other things in your business that isn't time dependent? I know a lot of like hairstylists now, they obviously, of course, do hair. That's very time dependent. It's service. But some of them also are starting to offer more things. They have affiliate links that they offer on their social media or just directly to their clients. Some of them are offering courses. Those are all things that you can think about. How can I cut down on the amount of time that I have to spend literally doing something and still get more money? All right, step 3 is shifting your money mindset. Kind of talked about some of these, but releasing the more hours equal more money belief. That's not true. I think we all know people that are making a lot of money and they hardly work any hours, or they have an online store that maybe all of it is already set up completely autonomous and they've got a shipper and they've got all these things, and so they don't have to put in any hours. So that automatically tells you that that is not a universal truth, and that if that's not the life you want to have where you have to spend a lot of hours doing things, you don't have to. Another way to think about this, if your brain is struggling to believe the working less making more thing, is that specialists, a task might take a specialist a short amount of time, but they're really being paid for their expertise, not the amount of time that they spend doing whatever it is. Like a lawyer, a consultant, or a surgeon, they're not being paid for their time. They're being paid for their years of development of their skill. And then some other limiting beliefs that may be coming up is no one will pay me this much. I don't deserve to make this much money for less work. Well, let's check that second one. It's not even technically less work. It's just fewer hours. The expertise that you cultivated over the years in whatever it is that you do makes your work worth more. They always talk about the plumber. We all want a plumber who's been plumbing for 20 years and he comes in and fix something for 15 minutes and then he's like, that'll be $300. You didn't pay for his time. You paid for his expertise to fix your toilet in 15 minutes. This is a really big shift. And so when you're integrating this shift, this is definitely going to take some time because you're overcoming a few different big issues that I feel like a lot of people have a lot of thoughts about. And this is something when you're doing your inner work and you're dealing with limiting beliefs is you have to understand that sometimes they're tied to other things that you have a lot of different ideas and thoughts about. And so this one has to do with money, which we all have a lot of different feelings and relationship and thoughts and emotions about money, which can make things a little bit more tangled up as we're trying to work through this belief. And then we also have our worth tied in there, right? Or do we really believe that we're worthy of a certain amount of money? And then we also have beliefs around what work is supposed to look like and, the value of work and what working says about who you are as a person. So, this is a belief that definitely can take some time to shift, but definitely one that's worth it. But now I no longer feel guilty for having weeks where I only work 5 to 10 hours. Um, I don't feel guilty for making $5,000 for 2 hours of work. I don't feel guilty when I get a $10,000 check and I haven't opened my laptop in a week and a half. And honestly, for me, I'd say right now I'm probably averaging 25 hours, 25 to 30 hours a week, but that's just this season. In December, I basically take the entire month of December off. And I don't do anything. And I don't really miss out, but in theory, I'm missing out on the holiday money, the Christmas money, but I'm not. But yeah, it just opens up your options and what you can have happen in your reality, what you can experience. I would also get very comfortable with this affirmation: relaxation is profitable and productive, because it is. It's hard for some of us to believe. It was hard for me to believe, but relaxation is profitable and productive. So yeah, working less and making more is definitely possible for everybody, but it just requires a shift in your perspective on time, money, and your value. So once you're able to shift those beliefs, it's going to be a lot easier to work less and make more. You deserve to be paid well for your expertise, not just the amount of hours that you work. We are leaving that system behind. Invest in yourself, elevate your value, and let go of those limiting beliefs that tell you that you can't get more money working less. And that's all for this video. I'll see you guys next time. Be sure to drop any comments on working less and making more, or any other video ideas, topics you guys would like me to talk about. Thanks, guys. Bye.